What do you guys want to talk about? What do you want to talk about? What do you guys want to talk about? What do you want to talk about? What do we want to talk about? What do we want to talk about? What do you guys want to talk about?
All right, what do you guys want to talk about? Welcome to SmackDown review for February 6, 2026. I'm your host, Wrestling Maniac. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to this review. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and comment below. But let's get on the SmackDown review for this SmackDown. All right, guys, we kick off the show. Drew McIntyre was walking out, gets attacked by Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes attacks him. Okay. Cody Rhodes attacks Drew McIntyre. And security comes in, all that. Get backstage, a backstage segment where Nick Aldis is telling Cody, if you want to show your Drew at the title, well, Cody cut a promo. And he's making sure he wants to make sure Drew is not champion of WrestleMania, but he's cutting a promo. He was pissed, angry, okay? Also pissed at Cody and Roman a little bit too. Measuring stick, shit like that. But backstage, Nick Aldis told Cody, calm down, calm your emotions. If you want to get a title shot, win in your qualifying match. But I must warn you, if you can't keep your emotions in check, I will not have you in that match. Okay. And Cody's like, okay, I'll keep my emotions in check. So Cody leaves. They tell him to leave. So Cody's even in a qualifying match next week. Okay. For the Elimination Chamber. Next, we get a women's tag team title match. Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky against Kiana James and Julia, which were surprisingly was a solid match. Kiana James got some offense in. Julia, I like the moment where Julia and Io right at the beginning. Julia won Io. I like that. That's teasing down the line. I think that's teasing down the line. They're going to go battle each other out, face each other down the future. But I did like this match. It's not a bad match. This SmackDown, it's not that bad at all. I don't think it was terrible, but it was awesome or anything. But no title changer. Rhea and Io got the win, retained the tag team titles. Okay. So on. Next we got a backstage segment with Ilya Dragunov. The Smoker's going to answer Carmella's open challenge, but Miz says, no. It's closed. Open challenge is closed. It's closed. I already said I'm taking an open challenge. Carmella Hayes comes up. Ilya Dragunov says to Carmella, kick this guy's ass. Something like that. Beat him. Take him down. Carmella Hayes and Miz for the U.S. title. Again. Funny thing here, I thought there's a chance Miz could win this match. Okay. But the thing is, in the end, Carmella Hayes got the win here. He didn't even hit his actual finisher. He uses the setup move to his finisher to get the win over the Miz. Okay. Next, we got another women's match, a three-way match. This match determines the first woman who's going to be in an Elimination Chamber match at Elimination Chamber. So this is Tiffany Stratton versus Last Legend and Chelsea Green. And Chelsea Green was being, Chelsea Green, right? She's always being comedic self. But this match was definitely more of a showing of Last Legend and her dominance and her power, showing how dominant she is and so on. Also, you gotta remember this is no DQ, so Nia Jax and Alba Fire were allowed to get involved, which they did. But I know Last Legend's lost, but she was the standout of this match. Tiffany ended up getting the win. Of course, she was going to get the win in the return match. So Tiffany is the first woman to qualify for the Elimination Chamber match, and so on. Okay. What else? Kit Wilson comes down because of the crowd. People were chanting toxic. Kit Wilson was bad mouthing the Royal Rumble, calling everybody in the Royal Rumble toxic, all this stuff, masculinity, all that stuff. He challenged anybody that was in the Royal Rumble. Unfortunately to him, he got Obafemi. Obafemi not officially signed the Raw or SmackDown, hasn't chosen yet, but Obafemi decides to make an appearance at SmackDown. And Kit, being himself, had to say something in front of Obafemi. Obafemi just demolished Kit Wilson. Couple clotheslines to the corner. Power bomb, I don't know what else. And he beat Kit Wilson like in a minute. So Obafemi dominated Kit Wilson on SmackDown. Kit does his little dance. Okay. We also got a backstage segment where mostly Machine Guns and Axiom were talking, right? And what's next on their agenda? Candice LeRae comes up to them, and Johnny Gargano is on top of the equipment box. He looks really depressed, like he's not moving or anything. Candice LeRae is like, look what you've done to him. Look what happened. And actually, he did it to himself. And Candice LeRae tried to get Motion Machine Guns to talk to Johnny Gargano. And they had nothing to do with nothing. They didn't want anything to do with Johnny Gargano. After Johnny Gargano turned on them, betrayed them, right? Months back, they're like, no, no. Okay. Now we also got another segment where Drew McIntyre went down to the ring again because he wanted to say something. This time he gets attacked by Jacob Fatu, and Jacob Fatu obliterates Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre manages to get away through the crowd. The same thing happens to Cody Rhodes that is happening to Jacob Fatu. Nick Aldis told Jacob Fatu, if you want the title, if you want revenge, you got to win your qualifying match next week and keep your emotions in check. And he told Jacob Fatu to go home too. What happened to Cody? Jacob told Jacob Fatu also to do. Okay. Now our backstage segments. When R-Truth and Damian Priest were watching what Obafemi did, and R-Truth was bringing up the Royal Rumble, the bad stuff of the Royal Rumble to Damian Priest. Damian Priest was trying to forget about it. And Drew McIntyre was walking, kind of bumps R-Truth, and R-Truth like, you have a problem? Damian Priest gets in front, puts his arm in front of R-Truth. No. Basically says, we had business before, but you don't want any more. And Drew just walks, basically. Okay. All right. What else is there? Oh, yeah. We get Liv Morgan is invited, right? You know, she gets to choose who she wants to face. So she's over with Raquel Rodriguez. They walk past Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. Rhea Ripley and Io Sky were interviewed about what's next for them, and that they're also going to be in qualifying matches, and it's not going to get between them. Nia Jax and Losing Last Jackson confronts them, and basically said they're next in line. They're next. They want the belt. Io says, "Is that a threat? Is that a challenge?" And that's just so it's a threat. Okay. And then Nia and Lash leave. Okay. And then the Judgment Day, Liv Morgan and Raquel walk past them, like brush them off, and come to the ring. And Liv talks about what she's going to do with a Rumble. Then she moves on to something else. That's something that's bothering the alpha in the room. Raquel Rodriguez takes the mic. Says, "Yeah, we got to get the alpha out of the room." By the way, as she was about to say something, Jade Cargill music hits, and Jade Cargill confronts Liv for the first time. Well, not the first time, but Jade Cargill confronts Liv. Liv just, Jade Cargill says her usual stuff. Liv just laughs it off, and Jade's like, "What are you looking at, Raquel?" And right. And Liv can challenge Jade. Jordan Grace comes out. And stands beside Jade. He says to Liv, "Hey, you may face me if Jade Cargill ever puts the title on the line. And then Nick Aldis decided to make a tag team match between Jordan Grace and Jade Cargill versus Liv Morgan Rodriguez. Okay? And while Jade and Jordan Grace got the win, there's also, you see the problems with Liv and Raquel progressing, where we don't know where it's going to lead to, but it's there. Backstage, Jade and Jordan are arguing, and Nick Aldis is like, to Jade, you're going to defend the title. You're going to defend the title of Jordan Grace next week. So we have Jordan Grace versus Jade Cargill next week for the title. Okay. Okay. Also, we got a match between Shinsuke Nakamura and Tamatoa, whatever. Yeah, is it Tonga? Is it Tonga? One of them. Singles match, accompanied by part of the MFTs, and yeah, I mean, this is a story that Shinsuke basically says Shinsuke doesn't have it as he once was, like he wasn't the Shinsuke of old, and here it's been proven true. He got the loss. He lost here, so that is proven true, I guess, right? So, I don't know what goes over. What's the story with Shinsuke? What's the future has in store with Shinsuke? But yeah. Also, we got a backstage segment of Sami Zayn just appearing at SmackDown, but he's not talkative. He's not happy. He's not excited. He looks really, really depressed, or really, really sad, depressed, because he couldn't win in Saudi Arabia. Ray Phoenix comes up to him because Ray Phoenix wants to remind Sami that it's okay. The next time, you're next time, believe next time, think whatever. And then Trick Williams comes up and basically says, Sami Zayn is like a team that goes in the playoffs but could never get over the hump, could never win the championship. And Phoenix to come to defend Sami Zayn, and maybe Phoenix, I guess, is gonna face Trick Williams at some point. Whatever, again. But Sami Zayn is just listening all that, didn't say anything, defend himself or thank Ray Phoenix. I don't know if this is a potential heel turn in the future or what for Sami. I don't know, but we'll see. Okay, so then Drew McIntyre comes up to finally gets to cut his promo he wants to say, but he does it through the crowd during commercial break. Goes on the announce table and talks a little bit about Cody, but he talks about what happened on Raw, where Roman Reigns and CM Punk talked about Drew, and Drew basically was upset, not upset at how they were talking about him, but upset with the belt, because the belt he believes is the one that's been established for years, the one that should get this mostly respect, and he has kind of a point. He does really, and he mentions a bunch of legends' names like Bruno Sammartino, Hogan, Steve Austin, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Triple H. Not Dusty Rhodes. He had to do a cheap shot there, but like that, and he's making sure that belt is the more popular, not popular, but the more legit belt, the more that should be taken more seriously. It's about okay. And then Trick Williams music hits. Trick Williams confronts Drew. Trick Williams says, "I'm gonna come watch the triple threat match main event." Right? Drew walks backstage. So the triple threat match main event, Randy Orton, Solo Sikoa, and Aleister Black. Now Solo Sikoa was looking for the MFTs backstage, and he couldn't find them. He was worried. He was worried. He took the not the urn, well, I forget what it's called. Whatever, he took blanking on it. Shit. Whatever. Goes to the ring, Randy Orton and Aleister Black, right? Triple threat match, and whoever wins will be the first male in the Elimination Chamber match. And yeah, Randy Orton didn't get the win. Randy Orton got the win. Looks like Solo Sikoa didn't get the win, right? But Randy Orton, like a Viper he is, RKO Solo Sikoa. After RKO Aleister Black out of the ring, gets the 1, 2, 3, the end SmackDown. So we got a first woman and first men participate in the Elimination Chambers match. Tiffany Stratton for the women, and Randy Orton for the men. And also, we're gonna get next qualifying match of SmackDown. It's gonna be Randy Orton. So ready qualified. So it's gonna be Jacob Fatu, Cody Rhodes, and who else? Somebody else who's not. But yeah, somebody else. I forget. For the women's, it's it's Zelina Vega, Julia, and who else? Alexa Bliss. Yeah, it's not gonna be Zelina Vega, but that's SmackDown. On the road to Elimination Chamber, then on the road to WrestleMania. Well, we're on the road to WrestleMania. Just that the Elimination is one destination on the pathway to WrestleMania. Like, share, subscribe, and below, guys. Take care.
Too sweet. Too sweet. Too sweet.